Morning, sunshine. So, it is hot as balls here. Good lord. I just went outside to get food. Milk was a bad choice. You know. So, I've got, I guess, 15 pages of stuff left to shoot here. And then in a bit, I'm going to go audition for a video game franchise where I get to be all like aggro and stuff. It's going to be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to it. Voice work is fun. Crazy town. I have no idea who. What? I didn't catch that. Probably wasn't nice. It's okay. What's up, New York? Oh my god, it just freaked out. What happened? Good lord. Hi, Portland. 15 pages? 15 pages is nothing. I did 52 yesterday. Do you think Rick killed Silas? I know the answer to that, but I can't tell you. You know. I don't know the video game. They change when you do stuff like this, they change all the names so that people can't like get on their social media and talk about all the stuff they're doing. So all the names are goofy. You know, wasn't preempted today. What? Who did what now? You know, you need answers. We got to watch. They're going to tell you. Know they're going to tell you. They just can't, do that yet. Somebody keeps coming on and telling you to watch me, and you've watched me a couple of times, and you think I'm a douche. Then the next time they invite you, you should maybe not come. Wrist is cool. Wrist is all right. I don't know. I got to do some tuck and roll stuff, and I got to throw like fake grenades and weird stuff like that. So we'll see how it behaves today. Um, I don't know if there's going to be any like simulated combat, but that would be pretty rad. Um, so yeah, I would love to be back on Extra. They were on hiatus, and I've been busy shooting this stuff here. So somehow or another, our schedules just kind of haven't just using my name to promote something, not me. It happens, dude. People start accounts. They say they're me, and then the voice of God is here. No, it happens. There's nothing I can do about it. Short of like trying to sue a ton of strangers all the damn time, it just is exhausting, So the voice of God. Well, we get these, all of the speakers here, all the voices come from above. So I'm just sitting here talking, and all of a sudden I'll be like, oh shit, I gotta go. It's very strange. So yeah. Yes, some people are very weird. You're having lunch in Astoria? I'm gonna be there not long from now. It'd be crazy. Met Mario Lopez this weekend. He was someplace. Mario's a good guy. I like it. He was nice to me when I was on Extra. I'm looking to go back. At some point, we just I don't know. Yeah, our schedules just haven't aligned. So hopefully soon I'll be back. Wow, that was totally. I have no idea what language that was, but it was cool. The memes. What? I have no idea what that is. Did I get my sushi? Did I get my sushi or steak? I didn't get either. I had tacos today. We just have trucks. That's all we get. So you kind of, I don't know, you walk outside and it's like 107 degrees, and if you can see anything through the heat waves, you just walk to the nearest truck and eat whatever it is that they are making. So, what item number am I? I love that you know that. I'm up in item 30. That's when it starts. And then it goes a little crazy. Turkey lettuce wraps. I had like 16 pounds of bacon this morning. It was fantastic. I love it. Oh, God, I'm sorry, love. Yeah, I mean, you're welcome for coming to the improv. Thank you for having me. Work with Jeannie Francis. I have not worked with Jeannie Francis. I've met her a handful of times, but I've never had any scenes with her. And I am probably off on my next outdoor adventure this weekend. I think me and Mike have got something planned. We're still waiting to see if we get permits, which is, of course, the tricky part. That's the stuff that people don't tell you. When you want to go do this shit, you can't just like get in your car and drive there and then get out and go do stuff. When they take place in parks, you have to contact them and get permits and get permission and have to do all this stuff. It's crazy town. So yeah, we're waiting to hear back if we get it, because we need four. There's going to be four of us who are going to go. Getting one is one thing. Getting four is another. No new bikes. Just fixing my current bike. But I'll get her out of the shop this week, all prettied up and stuff. So I don't have any pets. I want one though. I'm gone all the time. I adventure, I'm traveling, or I'm working, or something like that. It just wouldn't really be fair to the animal. So I'm super bummed because I want a dog super bad, but it just I don't know. It wouldn't be fair. Plus, I don't have a lot of like property. Like all of my house is house, which is fine. But I don't think the dog would dig it so much. So bummer. Unsolved mystery. No, no, it's fine. I like unsolved mysteries. Crazy talk. God, anybody ever used to watch Murder She Wrote? Angela Lansbury, what a crazy chick she was. She was cool. Playing Uncle to Harper. I do enjoy playing Uncle to Harper when I see her. You know, they live super far now. It's harder to get up there. Who killed Silas? I know the answer, but I can't tell you. And I have to memorize some like military hand gestures here pretty soon, like how to say flanking. So we'll see. You don't need space for a puppy, but eventually a puppy becomes something else, and that something else needs a pup. Needs a company, needs space. Who knows? I don't know. So we'll see. What kind of permits for parks? They just the park permits. That's the kind of permits that you require to go into a park. You have to contact the Forest Service and get permission and stuff. Fire permits as well. If you plan to overnight camp and you're gonna set some shit on fire while you're there, like have a campfire, there are things that you got to pay for. You have to have permission. So hiking permits and backpacking permits, totally different deals. You can get a day pass to go into these places. Some of the adventures that we do, though, are multi-day adventures, so we have to get a different kind of pass to be able to stay out there for more than one day, to, like I said, start fires, do things like that. So we shall see. Wish me luck. I'm watching The Edge right now. Super good. Super, super, super good. I do still talk to Jessa. I talked to Jessa today, actually. Her kid wants a blanket fort, and evidently she doesn't think that that can happen, and I'm not going to be able to get there today, so she's been instructed to take pictures of whatever weird concoction she comes up with, and I told her not to light any candles so that it doesn't set the house on fire, so that'll be that. I can't wait to see what that turns into. Be craziness. I do not hang out with Chad and Brian. Like when I'm here, I kind of just do work stuff, and then that was that. So I am alone in my room most of the time. I don't know. Sometimes people come in when we gotta like run lines or something. I have a lot of video games, but they're mostly one-player games because I'm a geek. So I have never camped at the bottom of the Grand Canyon, but I have been there many times. I do talk to Zach. We got beers not that long ago. What's up, Woodlands? I haven't been there in a million years. Craziness. What's up, Jackie and Penny? What's it like in Astoria right now? What am I in for in the next, month and change? I have ziplined many times. I did it a bunch in Costa Rica. So who knows? My favorite Ren Fair. Any of them. I don't know. I go with a bunch of my friends. It's just kind of fun when like they kind of geek out too. You make them geek out. So like any of them. It's good times. Lots of beer, lots of meat, turkey legs, sandwiches and stuff. Favorite video games. When I'm at work, time eaters, like old Final Fantasies, or I just finished Legend of Dragoon again the other day. That's old school. Who knows? I like meat and beer. Like a couple of my favorite things ever. GH since 77. I remember that. Hey! How goes it, love? Fly for free anywhere in the world. Depending upon how I do it, if I do it for a job or something like that, I fly for free too. Works out good. Right? Super old school. Final Fantasies. I've got 7, 8, and 9 in here, and 10. Legend of Dragoon. Vagrant Story. All sorts of stuff. It's craziness. So there's plenty of distractions here. That's definitely not a problem. But my favorite storyline besides mine. Truthfully, I don't know. I don't watch a lot. I watch a bit, kind of to keep apprised with the stories and to check and make sure I'm not doing stupid stuff all the time that you don't know. about, because you never know. You get in front of the camera and you say stuff and you do stuff, and then later on you see the scene and you're like, what the hell am I doing? Jesus. So, I mean, I watch for diagnostic purposes. So, every episode since July of 2010, that's a lot of episodes. I get zero choice on wardrobe, which is probably why I'm not wearing wardrobe half the time. No, I just show up and it's hanging on the back of the door. And if I show up and there's nothing on the back of the door, that answers my question. So, yeah. Any projects outside of... I've got a bunch of stuff coming up from outside of GH yet. Unfortunately, I am bound by NDAs not to talk about them yet. So, we shall see. I am super mean to myself when I watch, which is why I totally don't watch all that often. Which will make the haters super happy because they'll probably say all the same crap that I say to myself. So, in the 30s who say they love GH. Well, you'd be surprised. I've gone to a couple of events and met some guys who watch, so who knows? I don't know. I like it. It's a good gig. I've made some good friends here. Met some good people. I don't worry about the haters. I don't care. I've had haters my whole damn life. Half the time they barely speak English, so all I can do is laugh at their busted ass sentences while they say things to me. It's kind of funny. ABC Soaps in Depth says Nathan and Maxie going to get more airtime. I think so. I can tell you we're working. We work a lot. I don't know, I mean, they control content distribution, so I show up and I say the words and they record them and stuff like that. But then sometimes I think maybe they kind of hold on to it for a little while. I'm not going to tell you guys who killed Silas. I'm just not. It's not going to happen. You got to watch. You got to watch. It's going to be cool. You'll see. Hi. I have never hiked anywhere in Washington, sadly. I love ink. I would love to have tattoos, but unfortunately it just kind of doesn't work for my career anymore. So, yeah. With better hair than you. Well, I don't know what your hair looks like, but if they... thank you, I guess? I don't know. When will they reveal the killer? I have no idea. I don't know when. That's what I mean, though. That's the problem. We come here and we work, and it's typically about 4 weeks between the time that we shoot and the time that you see it, but sometimes it changes. It just, they decide when the stuff that we shoot gets aired. They have final control. So half the time, I don't know. When they're like, I loved you in today's episode. And I'm like, I have no idea what today's episode was. I was there today, but we're shooting stuff that you won't see for a month. So no, they're just going to ask anyways. That's just the way it works. Killer reveal is this week. I'd have to watch a couple episodes this week, then I could maybe kind of put it in sequence in my head and see. They do drag it out for a while sometimes. But, another way to look at it is it forces you to be patient. You don't have any choice. You don't have any choice. So, I don't know. What time is it? Yeah, no, but it's cool, though. I called them up, and I bought a pair of sunglasses, and then I told them about the ones of mine that were stolen, and they were discontinued, but he still had like a couple around the office, so he sent me this pair for free. I bought one, but to replace the ones that some schmuck stole from me, so I was super stoked about that. I've never had anybody just be nice. And they're in San Diego, too, so I think I'm going to go down there and grab lunch with them next time I go see my mom. So I'm allowed to do whatever I want here. I can watch other scenes being recorded. I do it all the time sometimes, just to see it. And I mean, like I said, I met a lot of good people here, some of whom are pretty close friends of mine, so I like to watch their work, kind of be supportive. Arm's okay. It's a little tender, but it's cool. My wrist is starting to work again. I can move my fingers, press buttons and write and do things like that, so that'll do. I'm moving to San Diego. No, I'm in Los Angeles, but San Diego's gorgeous. My mom's down that way, so I like it. If I wasn't doing what I'm doing, I'd probably live in San Diego. It's beautiful down there. I like to surf. It's a very fitness-oriented community. But the ocean is kind of a big part of life down there, and that's a big thing with me. So my mom totally watches me on the show. She keeps all the little mini mag thingies and DVRs all the episodes, and it's every time I go down there, she wants to show me all this stuff that I'm in. I'm like, Ma, I was there. I remember. I was born in Torrance. I didn't grow up in Torrance or PV. I used to surf in PV, though. But, tell Maurice to get, like, I'm the guy to tell everybody to get a social media thing. Trust me, if they were going to get a social media outlet by now, they probably would have done it. I don't know if Billy Miller's going to do it. I don't think Maurice is going to do it. But, you know. Hi, Ed. What's up, Felicio? Oh, my God. That was a good one. Yeah, my mom is proud. She's got to make everything into a big event. We go to the grocery store and she flips out with people from GH when you're not working. Sometimes. You know, good memories, right? Right? You playing Halo yet, Santini? Come on now, got to tell me the difference. My ethnic background. I get that. Take a guess. I want to see what everybody thinks, just without, you know. Oh, we can't bring my mom to an event. You kidding me? She'd get you all drunk. We like to party at my mom's house, so it'd be a little crazy. Italian, French, Italian, Scottish, Dutch, Greek. Tell Robert. Am I like the official guy to like go and tell the GH cast members that they need to like get a Periscope? I think Michelle Stafford probably Periscopes more than I do. I am Dutch Indonesian on my dad's side. I'm English and Irish on my mom's side. So that's what that mix is. We got a little bit of Italian on my mom's side, but not much. Not much. I get that a lot though. Are you Italian? You know, craziness. Vodka. Yes, I like vodka. It's my friend. So, favorite food's got to be sushi or steak. Luck of the Irish is, I don't know if I'm particularly lucky, but I can put down a whiskey or two. So maybe I've got thick blood. Fireball never. Fireball is for noobs. Drink a bunch of Fireball and call me again in the morning. Let me know how you feel. It's not thinking the long game, you know. I have been to Wisconsin. Been a while. But, you know, Irish and Italian and Dutch, there you go. Get a dog and name it vodka. Nah. But I would love to get a dog. I would. It would be rad. Hi, Mom. How goes it? Right? Rough. Fireball's good for like a second, but I mean it. You can taste the bad decision on the way down. You know? Like, tomorrow's going to be rough. I hope I don't have to do anything. And I do, so today's not a Fireball day. I'm gonna have to go with sun. I like snow. I don't have an aversion to snow. I just, you know, I like the sun. Craziness. Goldschlager. Oof. Rough. Same thing with Jaeger. Aftershock was the 80s. Yeah, no, seriously, Aftershock's rough. I used to work in a bar that had a shot that was layered with Aftershock and black vodka. It was really weird looking. But it was kind of cool. I am 6'1". Amazeballs. I like that word. I'll take it. Thank you. Right? Hennessy. Can't do it. Can't do it. Although, I mean, I like whiskey and scotch and stuff, so I guess cognac is not a far cry. It's still kind of a punch in the nose, though. I have played all of the Bioshocks. They're good, except Bioshock Infinite didn't really feel like a Bioshock, but, you know. I have one sister of whom I am, like, psychotically overprotective, and no, I've never been fired. Three Wise Men, I don't even know what that is. How about some Ripple? Can you even get that stuff anymore? Where do you go to get that? I don't know. I do not Minecraft, but Lil Nick Minecrafts, and so when he's here and he's bored as hell, we Minecraft on his, which usually means building an entire world comprised entirely of dynamite and then blowing the whole thing up. So my eyes are blue. So not so hazel, but they do kind of change. I have to repeat myself a lot. Yeah, it happens. Orlando was super rad. I had a great time in Florida. I like Florida. I don't mind the heat so much. I mean, it's hot here anyway, so it's not exactly like that was any hotter. So I have no idea what kind of dog. I would probably just go to a pound and get a mutt. I like mutts. You know, it's got to be a rescue, so that'll be that. It's humid here too. Not as humid as Florida, but it's really humid for us. It's intense, you know. There's some people in Florida that I like. Weather's nice, but most of the people, there's a couple of people. I might see them soon. So, we'll see, huh? Yeah, married, not my flavor. With mode colors, my eyes change. I don't even know what that means. I'm gonna be in Canada in like less than a month though, so crazy town. The Avon lady has not gotten the money yet. We're still raising it. But when she does, I imagine that there'll be some sort of Periscope or some kind of broadcast because she doesn't even know that this is happening yet. So, favorite wrestler, none of them. I've never watched any wrestling. I would have to say The Rock because I guess that's how he started and is no longer there. So, Brooklyn is the most ridiculous, adorably thing. It's just, that creature's a force of nature. It's stupid cute. It's not even fair. She calls me serious business because I'm a detective. Serious business. That's cute. I like her. I never get tired of traveling. Although, I mean, it is kind of nice every so often to just, like, sleep in your own bed and shower in your own shower, but I like traveling. Vodka with water and lemon, or I could just try vodka with ice and no fruit. I don't like citrus in my drinks. I just drink it, you know. I think they'll probably let her grow up on the show, you know? She's just hanging out, doing her thing. See, it's funny, like the comments, they slow down for a second, and then I get like 30 of them all at once, and they freak out, and I'm like, oh, kids, I can't read that fast, I don't know. Extra thing is fine. Our schedules just don't seem to line up. They were on hiatus for a long time, and they just got back, and now I'm back here and working, so it just kind of, somehow or another, we can't seem to get on the same page, but we will soon. I talk to him still all the time. We're friends on like Facebook and stuff, and I see him, so crazy talk. My favorite brand of vodka is, I don't know. I drink a lot of Stoli. I like Stoli. I am working today. I'm sitting in my dressing room right now waiting for lunch then so we can go back and do our scenes. But I got a bunch of stuff I have to memorize too. So I've got like poor Chuckles. I've got like 2 minutes left to sit and chat, and then I got to focus. So focus. Hiked too lately. Not a lot of hiking lately. I've been kind of working like a dog since the day I got back. Pet peeves, insecurities. I have a problem with people who are insecure and the behaviors that come from that. Like take internet trolls, for example. Huge pet peeve. You try not to let it get to you. And it doesn't really get to me, but it does irritate the hell out of me. I don't know. Stoli's good, right? I like Stoli. It's good stuff. Did I feed that spider the bird? What? No, that was a joke. I didn't actually have a bird that I could feed to the spider, but I was pretty stoked to get to see it. I don't know, I like critters, so it was always kind of a trip to see something like that. Come to Temecula with Maurice. Maurice is going to Temecula? I don't know. Secret to remembering my lines? Study them. I don't know, I just read them, and they stick somehow or another. Craziness. You have wineries. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I have been to them. They're nice. Snow or sand. I think it was like the third time. Preferably sand. But I like snow too. I love to snowboard. And I like getting out on the mountains. The mountains are usually pretty chilly. So I don't have anything against snow. But there's something about just like walking around in board shorts with sand on your feet and hot sun. Like that's gonna be tough to beat. I don't know. Could live anywhere. Where would it be? I'm pretty happy with where I live now. Truthfully, I have to live where I live now to do my job. So, and I do like to cook. I like to eat, so I like to cook. I'd come to Atlanta. I think Pops, my dad lived in Atlanta once upon a time, a long time ago. I have no idea how they find extras for GH. I imagine they find them in some way that they, in a similar fashion to the way they find us. You know, there's some sort of casting that goes out there. So, I don't know. People come in and they say they want to do it, and somebody up top on the 5th floor has a look at everybody and says, all right, we'll take that one, and maybe not so much on the rest. So, I would totally drive a race car. That would be awesome. And I am not from the 818 originally. Truthfully, I'm not entirely sure where the 818 is, although it does sound familiar. But, you know. Favorite meal to cook? I cook a lot of fish. Cajun salmon, I think, is probably like my favorite deal. Random question. Goku or Vegeta? Goku, duh. Unless you want to get complicated, you could be like Vegito or whatever. I am not a sports fan, but I'm not against sports. I just somehow or another didn't really get into them growing up. You know, I got a lot of buddies who are into it, so I go to sporting events and stuff with them, and then I just I don't know, I just root for whoever it is they're rooting for, and that's kind of the thing. So you are not a drinker, so here's a request: sing you a tune. How about no? I'm not much of a singer, so I do drink Mike's tea. He makes really crazy stuff. I don't know that it's considered really holistic healing. He's a nutritional genius, really. He when I got all busted up, he made me like a whole bunch of food that I could just microwave at my house to make sure that I got like good, I don't know, nutrition while my bones were starting to, I don't know, stitch themselves back together. So yeah, probably not a lot of singing, not a lot of dancing in my life. That's just kind of not my thing. But you know, am I coming to the event in Chicago? Well, my picture's on the poster, so yes, I am probably going to be there at Chicago, and in Cleveland. I think that's like back to back. So lots of sci-fi, lots of anime. Is that the naked guy? The half-naked guy. It's like half-naked tea time, but you know, he laced the food with pot. No, he most certainly did not. Anybody who's ever seen Mike, come on now. You think Mike actually smokes? Who could possibly? The very quiet voice. Who could possibly have that kind of energy if they smoked? What? I don't speak that language, whatever that language was. Um, Craziness. Who can bench more, you or Magic Milo? Probably Magic Milo. Um, Especially now that I can't actually do any pressing motions whatsoever. Otherwise, it feels like my wrist is made of barbed wire. But you know, crazy talk. I definitely think Milo is stronger than I am. I've never hiked the Smokies. I've never even been to the Smokies, but I would love to. Um, so we'll see. Who is Mike? Mike is a good buddy of mine, Mike Viraway. He was in. Bonjour, Michel, s'il vous plaît. Bonjour, Michel. Um, Mike's a buddy of mine. He was in Pitch Perfect back in the day, but I just know him because you know we used to get drunk and shoot pool a lot, and go on adventures and stuff. And so he kind of like rescued me when I went down. He's the guy who got my bike off the road, which is kind of nice. Otherwise, it'd still be in a gutter uh, on a mountain somewhere. So that was cool. I do answer fan mail. Most of the time, it gets mailed to the studio, so it takes like kind of a long time. It goes to the studio. I don't have an official address, so it goes to the studio, and then I have someone who collects it from the studio and brings it to me, and we do it together. And then she takes care of like the mailing and stuff like that. So it does, and it tends to come in like big, like shipments. I get like a box, and it's full of stuff. So but yeah, the studio collects it for us, and it's left to us to basically like hire somebody to assist us with it. So, so you ever answer fan mail? I've literally been in the process of answering that question right now. So I'm going to give you the short version. Yes. Um, Riding is super fun though. Super fun. I'm so ready to get my bike back this week. You don't even know. Like I'm like, oh god, I'm so ready. I miss my bike. It's a bummer. I am sort of answering fan mail right now. I am repeatedly answering the same fan mail over and over again right now. My dirt bike, I don't have one. So if I'm with buddies, I'll dirt bike with them because I ride a motorcycle, so I know how to do it. But yeah, I must make producers nervous. Why? Why would I make producers nervous? I would think that they would be jazzed. I'm not like terrible, you know. I'm getting better. Craziness. You go for a ride on my bike. Most people do not. I gotta know you before you get anywhere near my bike, or me for that matter. So I have been to San Diego Comic Con. Super fun. Crazy talk. Me and Brian do not ride together. But you know, fave anime. I'm old school. I don't know. GTO probably or Berserk. Face first on an air compressor. I'm sorry to hear that. I fell hand first under the earth about a month and a half ago. It sucked. I do like The Walking Dead, but I stopped watching it a while back just because it started to get weird. I don't know. Craziness. Berserk is epic. Arguably one of my favorites. Guts and I have a lot in common. I like Berserk. Favorite place outside the U.S.? Hawaii is still the U.S., but kind of not. Costa Rica. I love Costa Rica. I never considered not riding again. That was everybody's question. You gonna ride again? Of course I'm gonna ride again. Ride again as soon as my bones will let me. So now I'm pretty much there now. I might be pushing it riding again this week, but I'm probably gonna do it anyways. So that's all right. Craziness. Must get bored waiting all day. Yeah, that's why I have all this stuff to do in my room though. TVs and video games and fun stuff like that. So full recovery is probably another 6 months, something like that. Maybe 8, depends, before I can do like everything that I used to be able to do before. I want to meet you there. I'd love to go to Hawaii. I don't know if I get there, you're not going to like chloroform me or something. Craziness. I listen to rock pretty much all the time. A lot of Led Zeppelin and stuff like that. My bike's somewhere between a crotch rocket and a cruiser. It's a Harley Nightster, so it's super, super fun, super fast. I would never go back into modeling, ever. I hated modeling. I was terrible at modeling. You had to take like 700 pictures of me before I got one where I wasn't doing something dumb like talking or, I don't know. I hated it. But at the time, I was working a lot of nasty jobs and it still beat those, so it was cool. And I did get to travel, so that was nice. Craziness. I have never been to Shenandoah, but I would love to. Yeah, I played a bunch of the Mass Effects. I try and get everybody into them, but the first one's a little repetitive and the graphics are kind of funky, so not a lot of my friends are huge takers. But I think the story's great, although I was pretty pissed at the end of the third one. But, who knows? Weirdest thing I've gotten from a fan. Somebody mailed me a dildo once. That was weird. They wanted me to sign it and send it back. That didn't happen, but that was adorable. Never been to Toronto. I've never been to Canada at all. I'm going to be there relatively soon, so it's going to be fun. Beware eggs. What? Yeah, it's freaking out now. I'm losing it. Oh my God, words. I know, I've gone way past 2 minutes. It's because I can't leave, like the moment I start saying goodbye, people get all pissed off. And I did decorate my room. The pictures behind me are just Asian art stuff that my mom bought ages ago. They're just like hand-me-down art that I got from my mom. But I like it because they're from my mom. So, Faye? You're on Periscope? So yeah, so you'll probably recognize those. Those are from my mom. Craziness. So, remember when we met? Yeah, I remember when you attacked us outside that club that one time. That was fun. I can see all kinds of hearts. No poop-colored hearts, though. Nobody has brown hearts. It's crazy talk. I like the brown ones. They're kind of fun. All right. Any places you should go to visit in Hawaii? Well, what island are you going to? Brown gold. Ah, I see some brown hearts now. There they are. I like it. When I was a kid, one of my best friends ever moved to Seal Beach, and I was super bummed because when you're little, moving to Seal Beach, when you're a kid, you kind of don't understand the concept of like physical distance. So Seal Beach might have been Egypt to me. I just knew I wasn't going to get to see him as much anymore, and I was super bummed. You make the hearts by tapping the hell out of your screen, and apparently it's important to count them. So we should all just tap the hell out of our screens. Although if I do it, it'll just keep flipping the camera back and forth, and that'll get everybody motion sick, and that'll just be weird. So let's not. But you guys should. You guys should beat the hell out of your phone with your fingers. It'll be fun. I have no idea how all of it works, but the thing counts them, so I guess it's like a weird passive-aggressive contest to see who gets the most hearts. I don't know how this stuff works either. I just feel like I'm FaceTiming a bunch of strangers. So, it's kind of a trip. I'm watching The Edge on TV right now. Super, 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 super good. Super good. If you've never seen it, you need to watch it. It's great. Blasting those hearts. I appreciate that. And I like breakfast burritos, so I'm going to have to go to Nick's. No, I get that, but you know what I mean. It feels like FaceTiming, but it feels like FaceTiming with like a ton of people that I've never met. Some of whom I have, but you can hashtag Heartblast too. Does that do stuff? I can hashtag Heartblast? I don't know that I can. I think you guys can. I'm not allowed to say anything. But, Craziness. Will I FaceTime with you? Probably not, no, because that would require me to give you my phone number, and that's probably not going to happen. I have to be careful. I've had some really creepy stuff happen to me in my life. People followed me to my old apartment, like tweeted pictures of it, so like my address was out there. Weird stuff. Super weird. So I have grown intrinsically distrustful of meeting people digitally. But, you know. Are you from Costa Rica? I love Costa Rica. We've got some property down in Manuel Antonio, so I go down there and surf near Jaco, go down and fish out of Capos all the time. So, fun stuff. You are not, all crazy people say that they are not crazy. That's like it's in the book that you get when you become a crazy person. You have to repeat that all the time. No, I don't know. I just have to be careful about, you know, like information that I put out there because people are weird. You never know. You never know. And I'm not allowed to do anything, really, these days. So, yeah, probably not going to give anybody my number. Like, at all. So, I mean it. Like, some weird stuff has happened. Stalker status. Super weird. Crazy. Probably not going to give you my credit card number either. Although somebody did try and buy a plane ticket using my business account the other day in Texas. So, we're going to sue them blind if we can find them. It's cool, I got my money back, but, you know, how to get away with murder. Stab them with an icicle, because just think about it, afterwards it melts. Right? Real bacon. Both. I like turkey bacon, but I prefer real bacon, you know. Craziness. Alright, so yeah, my 2 minutes that turned into like a half an hour is done. So, this was fun. I know I kind of don't do a lot when I'm Periscope when I'm at work, because there's not really anything to do here. But, yeah. I'll try and come up with something better for the next one. If this adventure thing happens at the end of the week, and we actually have signal, then you should watch, because then it'll be cool. Alright? So, have a good day. Have fun. I'm going to go figure out how to make my phone work here. And, yeah. See ya.